Hi, guys. This is Stephen with the Guardian Group of Alabama. And I was asked some questions here a while back, and I'm sorry I'm just now getting around to getting to a lot of things. There's been a lot of developments with the legislation that's gone through, and the governor uh, signed to come into law. It'll be placed into law August the 1st. But I was asked a question about the stores and stuff that put up these no gun signs. And personally, um, it, it's it's kind of crazy. But let me try to go through some of this. And the reason I say it's kind of crazy because it doesn't deter anything. Uh, During this whole thing with SB 286, there was a constant theme there where some of the senators and representatives seem to equate law abiding citizens with criminals. And it just really sort of chapped me, I guess. But there's a there's a difference between the two things, and therefore signs, no gun signs, gun free zones, and things of that nature, don't they don't work. And the reason being, let's do this, and I want any city in the state of Alabama to try this and see if it works. Um, in almost every city, there's some kind of a drug problem, and most of the police officers, they know where these areas are. They patrol them a little heavier, and they know where these activities are taking place. So if signs deter crime, okay, let's make up some signs that says no drugs allowed, no illegal narcotics are allowed in this neighborhood. Let's put those signs up. Uh, Two, with the stores that put them up, why don't we put up signs that say no shoplifting in this store? Shoplifting is prohibited, and put those up. Well, the thing is, drugs and shoplifting are already illegal. Okay, people do it knowing they're illegal. So, and and those are criminals. Law-abiding citizens don't do those things. So those signs are for criminals, but criminals already don't care about the law. They don't obey the law to start with. So those signs are for people that pay attention to them, for law-abiding citizens. So when you put a no gun sign up, that criminal doesn't care that that sign is there. That simply stops a law-abiding citizen from being able to carry a weapon for defensive purposes. And this is why I think they're so stupid. Um, because just like if you put signs up in a drug area or no shoplifting sign or something like that, it still is not going to stop the criminal element. There's already laws against those things, and there's punishments for them. So if that doesn't deter them, is a sign going to deter them? I don't think so. And it reminds me. I was reminded today, earlier this morning, of a little story, and it goes something like this: It's about the frog and the scorpion, and the story goes that a scorpion and a frog were sort of run into each other on the bank of a little stream there. And the scorpion says to the frog, he says, "Hey, would you carry me across the stream?" And the frog says, "Well, how do I know that you won't sting me?" The scorpion says, "Well, because if I do, then I'll die. I'll drown." So the frog says, "Well, okay, that makes sense." and they start out across a little stream there, but about halfway across, um, the scorpion stings the frog, and as the frog feels, himself being paralyzed by the venom and everything, and he starts to sink, and he knows that both of them now are going to die, him from the bite and the scorpion from drowning. The frog says, why did you do that? And the scorpion simply replied, because it's my nature. So there you have it. It's a criminal's nature to break the law. That's why they're criminals. They care nothing for those signs that you put up. So when you disarm law-abiding citizens from where they should have a legal right to be able to arm themselves and be able to defend themselves, you're doing nothing to help them. You're actually putting them in danger, because a criminal's going to see that sign and scoff at it. It's their nature. It's their intent. So these no gun signs and things like that, I would recommend, if you see a business that has a no gun policy, no gun sign up there, and speak to the owner, speak to the manager, try to get that message across, and let them know that you won't be doing business with them. This is the only way we get it across. Now, there are some that say, well, the business has a right to do that. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. I'm not saying any different. They have a right to say what they want and don't want on their property there. And even though it is open to the public, they still have a right to do that. I'm not arguing that. I'm not debating that. But what I have a choice is to whether or not I will spend my money with those businesses. And you have that same right. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way just because somebody in that business doesn't want guns on the property. Because again, it's not going to stop the criminal. So if it's not going to stop the criminal, what's the purpose of it? What is the intent? What is the desired effect of having it there? It serves no purpose. It's kind of like a post turtle. If you know what a post turtle is, I won't go into that now, but look it up. Look it up. A post turtle has no business being up there. You don't know why it's up there, but it's there. So, but yeah, that's my reply to this question about these no gun signs. If you see it, simply talk to the owner, the manager, or whatever, and let them know how you feel, that you won't be spending your money with them because it doesn't deter crime. It hurts law-abiding citizens. So there's an answer to that. I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, send us your questions. We'll get it to you. Well, you got a lot of stuff that we're going to cover. I spent several hours yesterday going over the new laws or the bill that was signed by the governor to go into law concerning the gun rights bill here. The substitute for SB 286, and I spent several hours cleaning the bill up as far as things that were taken out so you could read it a little bit better. So we'll be answering questions about that. If you have questions, go to the Facebook page for the Guardian Group of Alabama. Let us know what your question is. We'll be happy to answer it for you. We got a lot of things coming out on this new bill when it becomes law. Again, it will go into effect on August the 1st of this year. So Send us a question. We'll get it answered for you. Thank you so much, guys. Talk to you again soon.